Welcome back into Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Gabrielle Amato, live now from our Orlando studios, 8:17 here on the East Coast. And I do want to bring you a story that we will be monitoring all week long. We're learning more this week about the trucker convoy headed to the D.C. region this week. An event organizer says his convoy plans to shut down the local beltway. Our Fox 5's Melanie Altenwick is live with us right now, and I do want to pull her up here on our screens. Melanie, what is the latest on this story?
So what we can tell you is that there's a number of groups that are organizing. They're doing this on social media. And we do have the large group that is leaving the West Coast early this week. I think today some of them are taking off, and they're making their way here to the East Coast. That takes a long time and a lot of organizing. But then there are other groups that are up and down the Northeast that are also planning on making their way here. We were able to reach one of the regional organizers in Pennsylvania, and he's the one who told us that their sites are really on the Capitol Beltway here, the major interstate that goes around Washington, D.C. And their thought is they're going to drive into D.C. for a little bit, but they're not going to stay or stop. And then they're going to come up onto the Capitol Beltway, and it will either be some kind of a rolling protest or even a complete stoppage, is what they've said. And that can cause major problems here in the D.C. area for people trying to get to and from work. Now, they say that they're really kind of taking a cue from their counterparts in Canada. They have a lot of grievances here. It's not just about the vaccine mandates and testing mandates. This group, at least the folks that we talk to, tell us they're upset about fuel prices. They're upset about trucking regulations, illegal immigration, all of those things they say that they blame the Biden administration for, and they want to come here before the midterms and send a message. Now, this group from Pennsylvania tells us they're planning on leaving this Wednesday, to make their show and their stand here in the D.C. area. And then they say they will leave by the time the other groups, the People's Convoy, come here to the D.C. area. How many? It's hard to say, Gabby, from what this organizer tells us. He says about 900 to 1,000 participants. But it's, again, these are early estimates. We also talked with local law enforcement. We talked with the Maryland State Police, Virginia State Police. They're aware of this plan on the Beltway, and some of the other regions as well. And they say they're monitoring the situation. We also asked the organizers, well, what about people that might, need to get to hospitals or need to get to work? We saw what happened when I-95 was shut down, what a mess that caused. And they did say that they would let emergency responders through, but they really aren't that interested if people are late for work, he said. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you for that latest update. And I guess my next question would naturally be, how long do they plan to stay? We've seen the Freedom Convoy in Canada parked for over 3 weeks now. Is that the kind of time frame that you're hearing from your sources?
I don't know if it's weeks, but what I can tell you is they have lots of supporters along the route. And what they're doing right now is they're picking drop points, and people who aren't necessarily truck drivers, they're actually coming with supplies, and they're filling trailers full of these supplies for these truckers to come and load up their trucks so they have enough extra fuel, enough food, enough clothing, whatever it is that they might need to be here for a certain period of time. So we're not really sure what the plan is or what it would take for them to feel like they've made their point. But we know that the State of the Union address is March 1st. And the plan, from what we're seeing now, at least the route mapping and the route planning, is for the large group of the convoy to get here sometime around March 3rd or March 4th. How long after that they stay, Gabby, we're just really not sure yet.
Lucky for us, we have you on the ground to keep us updated on this situation, and we certainly will be keeping everyone updated because, as you outlined, and as we've seen over in Canada, this is a situation that can have massive implications for really everyone involved. So thank you very much for the report, Melanie. Yeah. Stay safe and stay warm.
Okay, thanks.